Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's Friday. I'm here at work again, drinking coffee. Actually, tea. Sorry. Yeah, don't want to lie. Don't ever want to lie. Drinking tea this morning. It is 8:43. Luckily, my coworker is not in yet, and because I usually do these before anybody comes in, that's why I get up. I got up at 5 this morning. My goodness, what am I doing with my life? I have a show this weekend, Sunday at 7:30. I'm going to be at Ovino Vino. That is at 3111 Glendale Boulevard, LA, California. Then next weekend, I'm going to be on a show called Hardcore Fitness Studio. Well, not that's not what it's called, but it's stand up at Hardcore Fitness Studio, Saturday, May 25th in Lake Forest. So if you're in Orange County, come by. That's going to be a great show because we got Dean Del Rey on it. He's really funny and a good dude. So that's in Lake Forest at 23600 Rockfield Boulevard, Lake Forest, California. And then the next month, June 9th, I'm going to be at the Brea Improv Sunday at 7 p.m. That's Sunday, June 9th, with Eric Rivera. Today I'm going to talk about how I come up with material, because I kind of talked about it a little bit yesterday, but I think I want to expand on it. So the main way that I come up with material is talking with friends, and that's the best way ultimately to develop material, because anytime I have a conversation, you're more natural, you're the way you're trying to portray yourself when you do stand-up, because the illusion of stand-up is that we're just talking to friends, but we're not. We're working on ideas and bits and things, and we're working it out to such an extent, and most regular people don't see the work that goes in to make what appears to be natural conversation, but it was like effort and time that we put in. So one of the ways I do that is I'll talk to a friend, and we just talk about, as friends do, we talk about any subject on our minds. And what that usually leads to is some of the best material that I've ever written, because you almost can't write material that way if you're just by yourself. Not you can't. Maybe I just not, for me, I can't. I can never write it. And the other way I write material is I do improv. So I'm on the show Sunday, I'm going to be doing an improv mic where you spin a wheel and you kind of just have to think of something off the fly. That's the top of your brain. And what that does for me is some of the best material I've ever written has been, I've had to improv it in the moment, because a lot of times putting myself into that fight or flight state is when I come up with my best jokes, because it's just all instinct at that point. And so, so that show will be fun, and hopefully I'll develop some good material from that. And the other way I develop material is I'll go to coffee shops, and a lot of times I'll just talk to the workers, or to maybe someone randomly sitting next to me, or I'll overhear conversations. And I enjoy being out with people, because there's nothing like meeting people and dealing with new people that really gets you to write material that's the most relatable. And there's a few things I noticed about comedy. You have to be not only relatable, but you also have to be unique. And that's a balancing act that I don't think a lot of people understand. You have to be able to do something that isn't hack. Now, what hack is like, let me see how to explain it to normal people. Like when people joke about airline food or things that any other comic could. Oh, like here's a hack joke that I remember from back in the day. The joke about the wall. How America wants to build a wall. And it's like, well, who's going to build it? It's always the Mexicans. Like, that joke is so obvious that when someone was accused of stealing it, I was like, how did not everyone just think of that joke? That's just such an anything that's not personal usually has a potential to be hacked. Like, I was talking about this yesterday with a couple of comics outside of a mic, and they were saying how Seinfeld had this joke about cats and dogs, but this other new comic that had never seen Seinfeld also had the same joke. Why is that? It's not because they stole it from each other. Neither one would have ever seen the other one, because one was a brand new comic, and Seinfeld hadn't done that joke, even though that joke is just obvious. But he'd never done it. Like, none of his specials, none of his appearances. He just hadn't done that joke. Why did they come up with the same joke? Because it wasn't personal, and it's just observational. That's the danger of observational, is it's very easy to go into material that other people have done. And that's why I always try and do personal or stories or something that happens to me, or even if it's not something that happens to me, the best strategy is make it seem personal, because that is how you develop material that is relatable as well as unique. So I don't know why I'm giving away these secrets, but why not, right? And yeah, so that is a problem in comedy. There's a lot of hack comics, but I always liken it to, they're like fast food. Yeah, it's food, but you're not going to remember what you ate. You're not going to tell people about that story. So anyway, have a good Friday, drink coffee, and have a wonderful day.